Hi guys, my name is Ariel and I'm an herbalist who loves to wander in the woods, and that is what we're doing today. I live in the Pacific Northwest and it is May, which is a great time to hop out of my car, walk into a local park, and ramble at you about all the facts I know about medicinal and other plants that we can find. I am at my local beach park and I haven't been here in a couple months, so I don't know what I'm gonna find. In the past, like in the summer, I have found the herb gumweed, aka Grendelia. Not sure if that's quite in bloom right now, but we'll see. In the past, I've also collected a bunch of blackberries here, and it's not the season for that, but there's so many other trees around here, and I'm just gonna see what's out there and talk about it. So enjoy another rambling adventurer. Yes, the classic talk into my phone from down below because I don't want to film other people. And I found this gorgeous kind of weeping cedar tree. I believe it is a Cedrus deodara, a weeping deodar cedar. Cedars like this are native to the Himalayas, and Deodara means tree of the gods. It is sacred in Hindu religion and very useful in Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurveda is the ancient Vedic Indian medicine. It is used for pain relief and lung health and a wide variety of other conditions. This is what it looks like. It is a very tall, graceful cedar tree, and it has needles like a pine in big clusters. In fact, it is in the pine family, and so that's why it looks so similar. And I believe it also produces edible nuts and essential oils, very aromatic wood. It is just an epic plant. I'm seeing cleavers like everywhere here. It's stuck in among the blackberry, among the grass, climbing up some of the trees. Cleavers! Cleavers is one of those plants that once you recognize it, you're gonna see it probably literally everywhere. It grows all over North America, and I'm pretty sure in a lot of parts of Europe. And cleavers is a wonderful liver restorative. It helps liver function in general. It helps skin conditions. It helps relieve the burden of an over-toxic liver. And it's kind of a weird one. A lot of herbs we use dried, or like it doesn't matter if they're fresh or dried, but cleavers specifically have to be used fresh. That's important to note. It has some compounds in there that really need to be used fresh. It's also a great source of a lot of vitamins and minerals and chlorophyll. Cleavers is also the inspiration for literally Velcro. So the guy who invented Velcro was inspired by the little burrs, the seeds of cleavers. As you can see, cleavers are super sticky and they stick to everything, and they have these little seeds. Whoever invented Velcro was like observing how sticky cleaver seeds and leaves were, and he made a product with all those tiny little hooks and loops to imitate it. Okay guys, the next thing I see is a bunch of the herb called Nettle. It's so loud here, so I'm probably gonna have to like record over myself, but everything is covered in wild nettle right now, or stinging nettle, and so I'm gonna show it to you, but since I don't have gloves today, I'm not gonna harvest it. Stinging nettles, aka Urtica dioica, is a very delicious edible plant. I've made omelets out of stinging nettle, I've made soups out of it. It's totally edible, you just have to be very careful picking it. Most people use gloves. The little tiny hairs on it, just very irritating and caustic to the skin. Cooking and drying deactivate those little poison-filled hairs. Nettles are an effective diuretic, and I like them as a diuretic because they're potassium sparing. So they don't make you pee out all your important minerals, like you still keep the potassium while removing excess fluid from your body. Nettles are also really wonderful to take if you have severe allergies or any allergies because they seem to moderate your histamine response. Here I go wandering off trail into these little, what I call deer trails, because perhaps a deer made it, or perhaps a homeless person. There are a lot of homeless people in these woods, so watch out. I am looking past lots of Indian plum and blackberry and ivy on the ground while the lights flash around in the sun, and more Indian plum It's just kind of overgrown here. There's some alder trees, more ivy. I'm just kind of crawling around and seeing what I find. Okay, maybe I'm not literally crawling, I'm walking like an adult human that I'm trying to be. And I found a weird plant. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I feel a little awkward because I'm right on the other side of a fence to like a corporate piece of land, but I'm still in a proper park and I should not feel ashamed. I'm just waving this plant around, you know, seeing what its vibes are. I'm not sure what this is. I'm pretty sure it's Laurel Cherry or related to Laurel Cherry. It's at least in the Laurel family. It's got these little kind of matte blue berries, and I'm pretty sure they're not edible. And don't worry, I'm not going to be tasting them. While I wanted this to be Laurel Cherry or the edible bay laurel or even the less common Oregon myrtle, it was neither of these. It was none of these. My plant identifier said that it was something called Daphne spurge, and that is neither a laurel nor a Daphne. It is a poisonous but beautiful plant that is just kind of invasive and escaped from somewhere, probably some decorative landscape. Even though it is a plant with no obvious uses, it is still nice to learn about poison plants because they are cool too. Maybe the berries could be used as ink or something, I don't know. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we have a lot of both wild cherries and cherries that have run away from their yards and gardens and orchards and made a home in the woods. And you can tell this is a cherry tree because of the silvery gray, horizontally striped bark with little eyes in it called lenticels. And it is pretty tall for a baby tree, and it has those characteristic apple family serrated leaves. It is not in bloom or flower right now because it is, you know, not exposed to enough sun, but you can use the bark as an old school soda and cough medicine, and it's kind of delicious. Juice made from the fruit when the fruit fruits can be used to enhance your sleep. It's a good insomnia treatment, and it's kind of good and sour. Oh my gosh, guys, this is my literal favorite plant. I know I have so many favorites, but this is Little Wild Rose. Isn't she perfect? These little roses are literally my favorite. They're called Little Wild Rose, and they can be used very similarly to any other rose products in that roses, especially the petals and whole flowers and buds, they are kind of a heart medicine. They lift your mood, they help with depression, and they kind of open your heart. And they also help your blood vessels because they have a lot of tannins and compounds that your circulatory system in general really benefits from. I'm gonna make these into a honey when I come back and harvest them, and these are my favorite flower because not only are they pretty like any other rose, but they are more aromatic than other roses. You can smell them, you know, even in this windstorm from several feet away, maybe even longer. It is the best smelling rose I've ever smelled, and I'm so lucky that they're a native around here. Later this year, in September and October, these roses will be turning into red, beautiful rose hips, and those are a great source of vitamin C. In fact, back in the day, all vitamin C supplements were made from rose hips, even though now they are made from corn. These lettuce-looking plants that are flailing about in the wind here are baby Grendelia or gumweed plants. When they make little flowers, the flowers will be full of resin that treats tooth problems and lung problems and coughs and skin, those sorts of things, and they're very sticky, aka the name gumweed. They are not in bloom yet, so they just look kind of like sea lettuce. Guys, it's too damn windy. I'm going inside. Oh my gosh. I did my best, and I got enough things to show you, and I'm gonna go. Alright, bye. I will be gone for a couple weeks, but I will be back with more videos, and I will use my actual camera next time, not just my phone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps, and I love you all. Bye!